Hi everyone, this is Jess from Paramount Asset Management, and today we'll be talking about how to know if you have a condensation problem in your property. We'll also look at what you can do to fix it. This might seem pretty straightforward, but I just want to quickly cover what condensation actually is and what causes it. Knowing this can help you identify where it's happening in your property. So condensation happens when warm air in your home hits a cold surface like a window or an external wall. The air quickly cools and moisture is released into water droplets. So firstly, it's really important that if you see a stain appear on your walls or ceiling, you know whether it's a leak stain or condensation. A leak stain needs to be reported to us immediately, whereas condensation is an issue you can fix easily by making some small changes. So here are some examples. With a leak stain, you'll notice a brown or yellow colour, and if it's condensation, it will show up as black mould spots. Other areas where we often see condensation are window frames and window surrounds, above skirting boards and behind furniture where there's little to no airflow. Also, on bathroom ceilings where condensation is really common as it tends to be a high humidity environment. And finally, in spaces where walls and ceilings meet, especially external walls, which tend to be colder to the touch. So what increases the chances that you'll have condensation in your property? It's going to be anything that increases the level of moisture in the air. So boiling a kettle, cooking with no lids on your pots and pans, bathing and showering, drying your clothes indoors, and yes, believe it or not, breathing increases the moisture in the air in your property. And of course, the more people in your property doing all of these things, the more moisture is going into the air. According to Safeguard Europe, cooking a meal releases over 1.5 pints of water into the air, and a shower contributes to a further 0.5 pint. So what can you do to reduce the condensation that comes with all of these activities? First things first, a dehumidifier will make a big difference if you have access to one in your property. Drier air and walls are both warmer, which means they insulate better and can also lead to lower energy bills. Also, use a tumble dryer if you have one, instead of drying clothes on the radiator or drying rack. Cook with lids on your pots and pans to reduce the water being released into the air. Make sure to run the extractor fan in the kitchen whilst you're cooking, which is typically above the stovetop, and also run the bathroom extractor fan whilst you shower. Next, make sure to close the door when you're cooking and showering to prevent the steam escaping to the rest of the property and giving the extractor fan a chance to do its job. And lastly, as a general rule, open your windows to help get rid of the steam after cooking and showering. However, from October to March, you should avoid keeping your windows open for a prolonged period of time because in the winter, the air outside is damp. Essentially, if you couldn't dry your washing outside, then you should keep the windows closed, as otherwise you'd be letting moist air into the property. If you notice a stain in your property that you think might be a leak rather than condensation, please remember to always report this through FixFlow. You can find this by heading to our website and clicking the Residents tab and then clicking Report an Issue. From all of us at Paramount, thanks for listening.